Hey, everybody. Emogoth has been strangely quiet, and I'm really nervous, so I'm going to be kind of quieter this time.
Hey, John,
Uh,
John, John,
what?
are you listening?
What? Shh, shh. What?
No,
What is
no,
it?
no. It's okay. Emogoth's on vacation.
What? Uh, what? He's on
He's on
vacation?
vacation. He's on vacation, John.
Where
Didn't
did
he tell you he was going on vacation?
Where did he go?
Well, we got a letter from him today. Let me
We
read it
got
to
a
you.
letter, or you got a? I mean, you
Well,
seem to
I
have
mean,
a better relationship with him than I do. You're closer
well,
to him somehow.
yeah, but he sent me a letter at least. Anyway, let me read it to you. Um, Dearest minions, it is I, Emogoth the Danged, and I wish to make sure that you are still working while I'm on vacation. I am happily on a desert island in the Caribbean, um, enjoying the sun and the waves. The plant life here is amazing. The beer is good too. And the food is out of this world. I should tell you that I've met the love of my life. Her name is Luna. She is an elf. We are to be married, and when I return, I expect you to obey her as you would me. Now get back to work. Best regards, Emogoth the Danged. That's all he's got to say.
That that yeah. One more overlord, right?
It sounds that way.
He goes on vacation, he gets some sun, catches some rays.
Yeah, it won't last though. I'm not worried about it.
I
But anyway, this should be a pretty relaxed show.
guess. I mean, I've been on like pins and needles for days, but if he's not here, yeah, we can just take it easy. Hey, how about we don't even do a show?
Oh wait. P.S. There still better be a show with an interview.
Ah, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, where should we begin? I mean, I've been really on edge, nervous, twitching, jittery.
Well, maybe it would help if you just talk about what you've been up to lately.
What have I been up to
You
lately?
played any games? Ran any games?
Oh, I
On
did,
any
I did, I did
conventions?
run a game. I did run a game since last time. Actually, I don't remember what else happened since last time, but fairly recently, I had a session where we sort of finished the Forgotten Hive.
Oh, okay.
Um, I don't want to spoil that adventure, but there's a possibly quite uh, um, expansive trouble that could happen at the ending if you're not super careful. And my players were not super careful, so they have this major invasion that might be happening. Um, that's a good adventure. I would recommend the Forgotten Hive. Not I don't have well, I may have my copy somewhere handy, but yeah, that's a Bob Brinkman fifth edition fantasy adventure.
Oh yeah, that okay, yeah.
Got some nice campaign implications if you're into that sort of thing.
I am into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm curious how they're going to deal with it,
I
uh,
I ran
and what I get to do with the loose ends that they can't nail down.
yes, always a fun time. I think it was after we did it last time, but I ran Shadow of the Beakmen for some friends online,
Oh yeah, how'd that
and
go?
it did not go well because
Oh,
A, they did not have a cleric, and B, their fighter had a 3 stamina, so only had 8 hit points.
3 stamina.
Yeah, yeah.
Were these like randomly generated or
Well,
just
we had played in a funnel several months ago, so yeah,
okay?
they were the survivors of they served Brandolin Red.
Wow, 3 stamina.
Yeah, it was a
I
good time.
I
They
have
they did
not
not
seen anybody with that much trouble in
they
their
they they
stamina.
they ran away at the end.
Yes, I would imagine. But he's able to do or he or she able to do deeds, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Until He ran out of hit points.
until they get hit the first time, and then they're running back behind
No,
the
no,
rest
it
of
took
the party.
like 2 hits. It took like
Oh,
two.
okay. Oh dear.
Anyway, what products do we have, John? What do we got this week, this month, this episode?
This time around,
Yes.
um, well, we have some things we could have covered previously, but didn't.
Oh, like what?
Things we forgot. We forgot the smuggler's coffee into the grinder,
Oh,
which
yes.
we haven't sampled because, if I understand correctly, you do not like coffee at all.
I do not.
And I rarely drink coffee. I don't have any way to prepare it at home.
Well,
So
so
we have
we
not
need
sampled it.
we need someone to tell us if it's good.
We need a
Viewers,
guinea
if
pig or
any of you
something.
have tried the coffee, let us know in the chat if it's any good.
Yeah. 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 Because I've heard it's good. It sounds good, but I don't have any way to prepare it. So it wouldn't do me any good to get any.
Well,
Um, there are also, speaking of other things in containers, is that too specific a
that's good
segue?
segue. Yeah, yeah.
There, there are some lovely new dice on the web store. This is the Wizards Van Stellar Stowaways. I don't know if you can
Oh,
totally.
they're sparkly.
They're sparkly. They're kind of multicolored. Um, these are the ones that will never happen again because the whole color formula got screwed up at the factory, and they're not
Oh,
even really sure what they did. Like,
I don't think I got those. I think I better get some of those.
did you hear the story about them though?
No, no, I didn't know the story. I
So
did
so
not know the story at all.
so briefly, I'll tell the story. Impact Miniatures produces these for us. Tom is the owner.
Mhm.
He turned over a formula to the factory using Pantone colors. I won't take the time to explain Pantone colors. You can look it up if you're not familiar. But it's a color system for creating accurate colors every time.
Mhm.
He turned the formula over to them. For some reason, somebody in the factory took a picture of the Pantone color with their phone off of a screen that they pulled it up on, and then used that image from their phone to create the color that went into the dice.
Oh, okay.
So, if you know anything about screens and color reproduction and all that, you can see there's multiple levels of weirdness there.
Yes,
And
yes.
um, so I don't really know what they were supposed to look like. I think they look pretty cool, but like Tom was saying, they can't reproduce these at all ever again because they don't even know what they did to get them. Um, and there are others. There are other colors. There's what Eldritch Ruins and Supernal Stars Seeds, I want to say. And then there's one I'm forgetting, but I think the image may have floated by as we've
Oh,
been
yeah, there
talking.
we got it up there. Eldritch Ruin Fragments, Wizards Van Stellar Stowaways, Velos Crystallized
That's the
Creations.
one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those are
Yeah,
like cotton candy ones. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. They're it's a nice array of colors, and I think they're especially beautiful. I really like this set. Um, for all its weirdness. Oh, and the other thing is the insert here involves rolling all the dice.
Okay,
So it's like
fantastic.
a chart, and you take all of these dice and you roll them and add it all up, and something happens. And I won't go into that. You get to discover that on your own. But um, yeah, no, it's good stuff. Good stuff. What anything
Mhm.
else we've neglected to pursue
My
lately?
notes say something about a brimstone cradle.
Oh yes,
I don't even know what that is. Oh,
it's an
that one.
adventure module. It's not an
Okay.
actual
Okay.
cradle. It's not an
Okay.
actual
Okay.
cradle. I believe that may have been a stretch goal at one time or something, but it didn't. They didn't get there. This is a Weird Frontiers. I was going to say adventure. It's actually two adventures. There's a funnel. It could be a first level adventure, and then there's also a second level adventure. The second level adventure is the Brimstone Cradle. Um, it is an extremely flavorful adventure. It is packed with drama and danger and peril. Um, has a nice little kind of time limit on it if you're into that sort of thing. Like you need to run something in a convention slot, you can make it fit whatever the characters are doing because it's got that you got to be done by dawn kind of thing. Evil Dead,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Um, and this is Dragon Peak Publishing. I was looking for the price on this one. $12. There it is at the top. Hidden in the UPC code.
Ah,
And
yes.
we should have covered that when we did all our forgotten frontiers, our weird frontiers.
Weird
It's
frontiers. Yeah.
weird that I forgot the word weird. Um, but yeah,
You know what
that's
else? You know what else is weird, John?
no,
We have not mentioned yet that right now, if you order print products from the store, you get some free stickers of the shows on Twitch.
that's right.
You could
That's right.
get a
I've heard
picture
there's
of the
all
print
sorts of
mine
shows.
sticker.
Does it look like this?
It looks exactly like that. Yes. Back when I had hair.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm looking more follically endowed there as well. I don't just shows you what working in a print mine will do to you.
Right. You lose track of time completely.
Yes.
Um, so now that it
It's
is,
another thing going on right now.
oh, what? There's another thing?
Warehouse finds.
Oh, yes. Warehouse finds. Yes, that's
Those
important.
weird little things. A lot of it's already sold out because it went live a week ago, I think, or something in that ballpark. 6 days, 7 days ago.
Yeah, some random things in the warehouse that we thought didn't exist anymore, but there they are. Um, yeah, so I think since it's 2023 now, it's probably past time that we talk a little bit about the 2021 yearbook.
Yeah, and this came out last year in 2022, technically, right?
Right, right,
Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. We should be talking
right.
about it right now.
Why don't we do that then?
Okay, let's do it. Um, what do you want to talk about first?
Well, like most of the yearbooks, it has kind of a general overview of what we were up to during the year. It's got some essays from Mike Curtis and Harley Stroh and Chris Doyle and Brendan and things like that. They did not ask me to write one, but um, it
They didn't
has
want the print mine perspective.
right. Yeah, maybe we just need to publish our own yearbook, John.
There we go. The print mine yearbook. Yeah. The 2023 print mine yearbook will be coming out in 2026.
It has a tournament adventure by Harley Stroh,
Yes.
The Pits of Lost Agartha. There's
Yes.
an H in there, Agartha.
Agartha. Yes. It's kind of Scottish or something, maybe.
Which is a tournament where the players actually fight each other on a giant ziggurat.
And it also ties into Journey to the Center of Earth.
Yes,
And
yes, it
there's
does.
various sequels, Lost City of Baracco, and I am blanking on the other one. GCC 91, I believe. So it's
Yes,
91.1 and 91.2 for the add-on adventures to
right,
go with that. This would be another sequel to that. But yeah, it's more of a tournament combat than it is like a full-blown adventure, right?
right. But it has plenty of its own special weird rules to make it more than just a straight up combat.
And is there any chance I saw you playing it at Gen Con last year?
Yes, I did get to play it at Gen Con. It was it was it was all right.
I
I
came in
made it
very
I
late,
made
but
it to
it
the
looked like
top
a
of the
lot of fun.
ziggurat before dying. So
Right. Oh, good. Um, we were talking about hair follicles momentarily ago.
yes.
There's also further magic mustaches in this book in an article titled Stash of the Titans. I believe it was 8 new mustaches.
Does has anyone actually used the mustache rules?
I haven't yet, but
Anyone
I would like to. I just haven't folded them in yet. But there's also some here that are not mustaches, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
There's
Well,
there's some perfect eyebrows, much like mine,
much like yours. Yes, and the hairy
and
mole, much like mine.
and the hairy mole. But no pictures, please. Um,
There's another adventure, a Shutter Mountains adventure by Michael Curtis called The Black Mountain Lights. And I haven't read it yet, but it is a fairly lengthy adventure for a book like this. So there's some a preview of the fifth edition version of Dungeon Denizens, uh,
correct.
which for those out of the know is a Goodman Games monster manual style book. And then there is a fifth edition adventure by Chris Doyle called The Monastery of the Dawning Sun.
And it is a lead-in to none other than Crypt of the Devil Lich,
Yes,
which
it
is
is
due to
a.
drop anytime now.
It says it is a level X adventure.
So that's what, 10?
We're going to go with level 10 instead of calling it an editing mistake.
No, it might be X. I didn't specifically look at that. Is it X because it could be whatever level you need it to
No,
be
I don't know. I have no idea.
as a lead in? Just trying to quickly look. I can't spot anything that
Doesn't say anything about it that I see.
can't see anything that obviously explains that. So it is a
And,
level something adventure. I
yep.
think.
And then at the back, there's all sorts of con photos from the various
Oh,
conventions in 2021, like the yearbooks usually have. So you are probably in them.
me or the viewer?
You in general, not you specifically, John. Although
Right. Yeah, because I don't
you
think
may
I am.
be as well.
I took a look, and I have broken too many screens. No
But
need to take a picture of me.
to me, the real beauty of this book is the wraparound cover um, that has so many different artistic references to DCC and 5e and Goodman Games lore.
Past 20 years of Goodman games. Yeah. Which one is the dragon mech? Is that the thing on the back?
I think that's probably not. Yeah, Dragon Mech's not really represented on the cover. Curse you!
It's got the Rat King.
Got the Rat King. It's got the van. It's got the Gong of Doom. It's got some dinosaurs, a ziggurat. Um,
I think
I think
it's
that might be the warden up in the
Yeah, I was
left.
gonna say I think that's the warden up in the corner there.
Anyway,
This is what I'm on.
your last gasp.
Last gasp.
You know who else
Yeah,
is on their last gasps? Most zero level characters.
it's true. It's true enough. Set
So
these
we
dice
bring
somewhere.
you the Zero Level Survival Guide, a zine by Michael Markey. Um, and this is a pretty good guide, I think. Like, there's a lot of good
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, I think it would be especially good um if you have a group of people or a few people that like you're going to run a game for, they've never even played an RPG before and they're just
Yeah,
not sure what to do or how to do it. I mean, this would be a good little
this is
for them to
absolutely a
look
great
through.
introduction for people who've never run a fun or played it in a funnel before. Yeah, but like a lot of it is stuff that would be obvious to longtime DCC fans or even longtime OSR fans. But there was some stuff in here that I never thought of before too. So,
Right,
like,
right.
I think anybody can find something in here that's useful.
It's pretty comprehensive and it's only $5.
Yeah,
$5.
but yeah,
Hard to beat.
it's got a section on like how to survive, like generally avoid combat, look for traps, that kind of thing. If you have to get into fights, there's advice on tactics. Um, yeah, yeah.
Nice
The
little evocative art
oh,
pieces.
but the thing I really like about it is that at the end there's a big chart that goes through the zero level occupations and the trade goods that come with them and suggests useful ways to use each of those trade goods.
Yep, yep, yep. It may not be just exactly what it says it is. You could do all sorts of stuff with improvisation, improv, improve. I may need to improve my improvisation.
Mm,
What you know what happens after the funnel? Have
level
you
one.
have you ever considered that?
Yeah,
You level up.
you level up. Yeah.
What if you leveled up into a Corvaxian?
Well,
I bet you haven't done that before.
I have not done that before, but I am looking forward to trying it though.
Yeah, so the Corvaxian Codex details a new class, a new playable class. Uh,
Race slash class. Yeah, like DCC.
right, right. I guess, yeah, game mechanically, it's a class. Um, but it's the Corvaxian is sort of a magic wielding shapeshifter.
Kind of fey, but not quite.
Right.
Like in fact, the background in their background, there's some friction between them and the elves,
Yes.
which I
And
understand. I don't like elves either.
one of the nice things about the design here that I liked was that so they can employ wizard spells, but there are spells in this book that expand their shape changing options. So it's kind of like if you want to lean more into the shape changing, well, then those should be the spells you go for. And if you want to lean more into the wizardy type stuff, then you can do that and go for rope work and
Right.
Ecom's
Yeah.
mystical mask and all that. And you can kind of, strike a balance between the two or whichever way you want to go with it. So that like it's got a lot of flexibility in exactly how you want to approach the class.
Right. And it's got additional mercurial magic effects for their spells also. So
Yes, yes.
the results on the table in the book that say no mercurial magic effect, this fills those in with effects that are appropriate to Corvaxians.
Right, right. And I mean that's cool, but it also occurred to me if you actually prefer that kind of no effect space, you could sub these in for like a different bracket of
Oh yeah, absolutely.
results and still have your kind of like, hey, there's no complications, but then also still have these in the chart. No, I thought it's really well done. 10 a mere $10.
$10. I do not see that on the cover though.
I had to look it up. It's not printed on the back cover
Well,
or on the front cover.
we'll have to remember that when we're selling it at conventions.
I have some little post-it note stickers for exactly that purpose because every so often there's a third party thing that doesn't have any price on it. And I can just go stick that on there, put a number. There we go. I don't have to look it up into time. But yeah, nice little book. And to go with that, they produced this, which
Is that a urine test?
no, it's not my prescription either. If I can pop it open, there we go. These are luck tokens
Ah,
with art from the issue or from the book on them. There are 5 different pieces of art. Let's see if I can. Okay, so this one's just a pale kind of color. I don't know how well that's going to come across with my crazy lighting. And then you can see this one's well, that looks just as green because it's a beige. But anyway, they're colored. There's 5 different pieces of artwork. Each set of 5 is repeated, but with a different background. And so you altogether you have like 35 of the luck tokens. I think that's right.
are those available on the website too, or are
They're,
those?
they're,
They are.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, they're on the website. And it occurs to me if you're playing in a meat space with real people at a table, you could use these as monster tokens as well.
Oh yeah, because they have the
Do like
monster art
double
on one side.
duty.
Yeah.
And they have this one that's the
Ah,
cover
very
art
nice.
on a token. Um, I guess these are like official style pogs, which was not a thing. I was too old for when that became a thing, and I think my son was not really old enough for it. I think he was kind of on the edge of that. So I guess this is, oh, I forgot it now. It's a special term.
The slammer.
The slammer, yes, and then the others are regular pog type pogs, and they come in this,
I somehow know that, even though I was too old for that trend as well.
a nephew or whatever, or. But anyway, they all come in this little jar, this little bottle. This is 35 tokens plus the slammer in the bottle for $40.
All right.
And I will try to set that so that it will not slide away off of that rock. Okay, I think I'm good.
All right. So what else do we have here?
I think that's
Um,
it.
no.
Oh,
We got a lot of other stuff still, John. This is
oh,
going to be a
oh,
long
oh.
episode, and don't forget we have to do an interview.
Settle in, folks. It's going to be another hour.
Maybe not that long, but next up we have Overworld from Bloat Games. Overworld is a sort of a small monster manual sort of book, but everything is based on the Legend of Zelda. So all the
Yeah.
monsters and opponents in here are drawn
Yeah.
from the video game.
It's a little love letter to the Legend of Zelda. I counted 29 creatures, monsters, whatever you want to title them as. This runs $15. Uh, I have to confess I am not a Legend of Zelda zealot, so
I have never played a single of any of the Legend of Zelda games.
I'm not
However,
familiar with it. I don't know about the accuracy of these
I
creatures,
don't know
but they
about the
look good.
accuracy either, but I can attest that I looked at all of these, and any one of them is appropriate for a regular DCC game. So
Absolutely. I thought they were very well done, and I don't know how closely they hew to the game, but these would totally work in any campaign you want to drop them into. Um, could also be interesting in an X crawl game, right? If you did a
oh yeah,
Legend of Zelda themed X crawl dungeon thing,
yes.
you're ready to go right here. Yeah, and it's got a nice art style in there. Try to get the glare off.
Yeah, the nice glossy pages too.
Yeah, it's nicely done. Nice cover. Nice creature there. Three-headed dragon on the cover.
So I think our theme this week seems to be um, items with predominantly green covers.
I was just going to say, and to go to another green covered product, we have the Ashmore Herald.
So
Um,
the Ashmore Herald by Thomas Swale, Volume 1.
Volume 1. Yeah. Oh, is that?
But it's in the introduction it says
Oh,
everything
right.
in here is meant to be standalone. In case there's not a volume 2, you can still get a lot of use out of this.
Yeah. I mean, what you've got here is a little town to make as a base camp or use for whatever purpose you care to use it for. There's nearby bandit activity, and there is their lair that they're holed up in, and there are some complications with that I can't go into without getting too spoilery. But also, the interior cover is a an area map. It's always hard to tell if I'm actually if I've got what I want on the screen or not. But anyway, you get the idea. There's a nice hex map of the region that the Rock Creek, the little town that's detailed,
Right.
is
And
in.
then and there's a few like magic items, some monsters,
Yep,
there a recipe, even a local recipe.
that's right. Yeah, I
Um,
forgot about that. Yeah,
and then a whole kind of dungeon that introduces you to the area.
yeah. I would eat that.
Yeah, you'd eat anything though.
After being down here, yeah, pretty much. And I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
I got nothing.
Speaking of non sequiturs, which we
So
weren't.
he did eat the marshmallow from It Consumes.
Yes, that's correct. That is correct for viewers with long memories. Um, we have the latest Terror of the Stratusfiend book, which is Cycle of the Snake Wolf, Return to the Shattered Woods. They would have made that a longer title. They ran out of cover. There's just no other space to put that on. But I'm always at something of a loss to describe these books because they are amazingly evocative.
Like
Of,
if graphic design is your thing, these books are amazing for
yes,
sure. Like I don't know what font this is that is used in the headings and stuff in here, but it's really unique and I love it.
um, I mean, I may have said this the last time we covered one of these, but it always puts me in mind of like it's like David Cronenberg and David Lynch got together and wrote an RPG and uh, I don't know, used used a random word generator to spark the content or something. It's all over the place, but it feels very consistent. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, no, it
I
really
really
it
love
really
it, but I
it
don't
really
know
is
how to
it really is
describe it.
it's a cool product. Like there's no map. You don't
Right.
need a map. It's
No,
like a
no, it's
lot
not
of
like
a
that.
lot of a lot of stuff done by random tables,
Yep.
which is great for DCC. There's not really even a lot of like exposition for the encounters and stuff. It basically just gives you a few sentences, the stats for the monster, and then a couple random tables for things related to the encounter.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you needed to just, the players zig when you expect them to zag, and you're like, I don't have anything ready for that. You could just grab one of these or grab this one, and like, well, you wind up in this woods. And then from there, you just like randomly flipping to a page. Okay, now something here will happen.
It's
Now
it's
this
it's
thing
like
will,
it's like
yeah,
the kind of adventure that Doug Kovacs runs
yes,
at
pure,
Jet.
pure id gaming. That's how I describe the Doug Con games. Pure id gaming. It's just go crazy, go do what you want. Anything can happen. Oh, this is a 70-page zine for $20.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's it's
Available
it's
in the
it's
available
quality
for.
paper too. It's not by any
Oh yeah,
means cheap.
yeah. It is fantastic. I wish I wish I could nail it down a little more to convey to the uninitiated that have never seen them in person, like what it is and how it is and why it is and where it is. Well, I know where it
Well,
is.
where it is the online store at goodmangames.com, where I think you still get free shipping in the U.S. if you order over $100 worth of things. I feel
Yes,
like that's an ongoing thing.
that is still happening. It has been happening. I don't know. We can't confirm what may or may not happen in the future, but at this
Well,
very
we have a question from the audience.
oh yeah,
When will cheap pulp paper make a comeback?
cheap pulp paper. That is a good question.
I feel like most of that was in the upper levels of the mine, and we're well past that now.
Yeah, I think that strata. I think we've pretty well cleaned that out.
But who knows? Geology is weird.
I think a more technical answer is I'm not sure it really exists in the printing industry anymore. I mean, I'd love it to, but I just don't think it does.
Wah, wah, wah.
You have to go into, you'd have to find a cache, like a buried warehouse or something
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would have a bunch of
Hey,
pulp paper in it.
hey, John.
Then you could pull it out and make use of it.
I'm I'm getting kind of thirsty. Could you go get me the juice?
Okay. Wait, so Emogoth is coming back with somebody else that's going to boss me around, and now you're also I
No,
get
no,
to
no, no. I'm
fetch
I'm
for
just I'm
you. I
just
get to go
asking.
get,
I'm
and it,
asking a favor. I'm not bossing. I'm
oh,
just asking
okay,
a favor.
because I'm closer to the fridge.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. How long do you want me to be gone?
I don't know. Until you get the juice.
You just wanted to make a segue to get me the juice.
That's right.
Will this work for you?
Yes, that looks delicious. Thank you.
So so this is an MCC adventure. It retails for 11.99, I believe. At least that's what's on the cover here.
Yes. A level 1 adventure
A level one
by
adventure.
Tim Satley.
Um, it involves a newly discovered location. No, wait, am I? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
newly discovered location where there's not pulp paper, but there are power cells, and all seekers in the Terra AD universe can use power cells for various technological discoveries. Um, the one of the things that's interesting here is it's got built-in stuff to I guess, repopulate it. So
Yes.
if your seekers go in and clear out the site and get what they want out of it, you could then repopulate it later and reuse the site
With
as
reasons that make sense.
some other events going on or whatever. So you've got kind of a fixed location in your campaign world that can be visited again and again. um, there are sundry bots to deal with. There are tibars, which are the rabbit people.
Oh,
Back in my day we called them hoops, but I guess now they're tibars.
because
uh,
that's rabbit backwards. Uh-huh.
I guess, yeah. It's rabbit. Oh, it is rabbit. You're right. Well,
Haha.
it's rabbit. It's rabbit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's rabbits. Um, it's rabbit season. Um, yeah. So yeah.
Robot season.
Nice little, nice little package here that you can use beyond level one, I suppose.
And
Actually,
it looks like the author is in the chat. So if anyone has any questions, just put it in the chat and he can answer it.
and the other thing is it's got pre-gens.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if you need pre-gens to run a game, you're just gonna like, hey, let's sample this MCC thing, and then boom, you've got pre-gens, you're ready to go, first level. Get started on your MCC campaign, or you don't have time to build characters, you don't have your characters handy. It's good. It's a good deal.
Right. So we have another MCC adventure.
Is it
The
this one?
desk in room 810, which initially I thought was kind of you know, I was like, they could have come up with a more exciting title than that. But once I read it, I was like, yeah, that is exactly what the adventure is.
It is. It is exactly that. Um, because who doesn't love shrinking? I enjoy shrinking down to an inch high or 2 inches or a quarter inch or whatever, when possible.
Yeah.
It's not always possible, but running around fighting spiders and ants and things that are 12 stories high. Yeah, it's this is Tim Snyder, another adventure from Tim Snyder, another level one adventure. This is a mere $10 on the Goodman Games store. And there's also a new patron AI built into the
Fantastic.
adventure.
Always need more patrons.
You can get a sense of scale there. That's a watch for Godzilla. No, that's a regular uh, watch. Is it an Apple Watch? I don't know.
There was one little note in here that I really liked, a judge's note about the shrinking and stuff. And it's like if your players bother you about you said we were an eighth of an inch tall, but that guy is wielding a pencil and this and that. Well, the answer is things shrink at different rates, and
Right.
depending on what they're made of. And but the behind the screen answer is really whatever is fun,
If
guys.
it's fun to use a pencil as a
Fun.
spear,
It doesn't matter if the
then
sizes are
please
completely
do.
accurate.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's the correct answer, yes. But yeah, no, but it is also built into the adventure that there's some like variability going on with the shrinking. It's not simply, at one point you just go bloop and you're done. But yeah, the
Oh,
desk in room 8-10, or how would you say that? 8-10 or just
I
810?
would just say 810 probably, but
810? 8-10?
8-10 maybe. Yeah, I
8
don't know.
minus 10?
8
Room
minus
room
10.
negative 2.
Room -2. Uh, so we're pretty much at the end of this episode,
Yeah.
John, but we still have to do an interview.
Well, we've got one more thing. There's a garden adventure, DCC 10, the Sunless Garden.
we've already
This
covered that. We've covered that one,
Oh,
John.
well, what about the Sunless Garden for 5e in its
No,
limited edition Gen Con?
we covered
No?
that too, John.
Okay. What about the Sunless Garden for DCC in
No,
its limited Gen Con cover?
John, we cut. What is
There's
your obsession with gardens?
there's the Sunless Garden
No, we
for.
just did that. We just did that one, I think, last episode, John.
Is there another garden adventure that we should be talking about?
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
I know of one.
There's this one that's a monograph. Is this the one you
Yes,
mean?
yes, yeah. We could talk about that, I suppose.
Want to talk about this? Let's talk
Let's do
about
that.
the Hangman's Garden.
By Dieter Zimmerman. I don't know. Never heard
Whoever
of him.
that is.
Never heard of him.
Whoever that is. Um, First thing I notice about this, it's got these cool color cards for
Yes,
player
it comes
handouts.
with 3 cards that show different scenes in the dungeon, and
Pick a
then
card, any card.
it also comes with slightly smaller cards that are the encounter cards that have the artwork on one side and the stats on the other side, which is really convenient. Ta-da! So the premise of the adventure, though, is basically your characters all get accused of a crime, and they get thrown into a crucible of combat to prove their innocence. The mystical semi-dimension known as the Hangman's Garden, where Justicia judges people and finds them innocent or guilty.
Oh, there's also this nifty pouch for the cards.
Yes, a nifty pouch for the cards.
So you get thrown into the garden to be judged.
Yes. So basically anyone who survives is innocent. Anyone who dies obviously must have been guilty.
Sound reasoning.
So yeah, and it's a pretty short adventure. It was designed to be ran at cons and things. So it usually takes me about 3 hours when I run it.
And how did you come up with where do you start with something like this? What's your first like notion that pops into your head that
Well,
you
my
then
my
build
first
around?
notion was I would really like a nice short adventure that I could run in like 3 hours. Because there were not a lot of them when I first started running this adventure in like 2013 or something. There were not a
Oh
lot of
wow.
really short adventures back then. But a fun story about this. It's done by the Smoking Worm, obviously, because it says that. But Brian Gilkison, one of the guys from Smoking Worm, apparently his whole intro to DCC was playing this adventure with me back in like 2013 or something.
Way back. That's
So
cool.
he was very excited to be able to work on it and publish it.
So is that how it wound up being published? Was he reached out to you because he remembered it? And
No. Actually, Trevor just reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you have any adventures?" And I was like, "Well, I have this one that's not written, but it's all pretty detailed in my head. So yeah, that's how I ended up. But there is another related product that is available
Oh
also,
yeah.
the crime and guilt deck. So um, basically, it's got 18 cards here, and each one has a different crime on it and a random table to determine if you did it or not. So it's really fun. When I run it at conventions, I so none of the characters know each other until they're thrown into jail, and then
Right, right.
I pass out each of them one card to tell them what they're accused of, and then they can roll find out if they did it, and it presents a lot of fun role playing opportunities during the adventure.
Right.
But they're not specifically connected to the adventure, so you can use them however you want in any
For
game.
any purpose, for any crime that you need, maybe
So
like
yeah,
in
there's
Lankmar campaign, and you meet some dude, and you need to determine.
right, and we got you got your basic crimes like arson, forgery, grave robbing, kidnapping, poaching, smuggling, and that sort of stuff. But then there's also some more interesting ones like unclean sheep or sorcery, impersonating clergy, and
That never
unlicensed dog
happens.
farming.
Gone farming. Nobody ever impersonates an authority or high-powered figure at all in a game, do
No,
they?
no,
That doesn't.
no one ever does that. No, there's no reason to do that.
Nope. You don't put on some robes you found and try to pass yourself off. No, it's very cool. It's very cool. What do you? Oh, this. Okay, so the book, the monograph. I forget the what is it? Risograph printing or whatever.
Risograph, yes,
The risograph edition with the cards in the back and everything included is $22.
correct.
Is the crime and
The,
guilt deck?
the crime deck is separate, and I think, well, I don't remember. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna guess. Um,
Yeah, I have a guess, but I'm not confident about the guess, so I will
yeah,
not.
same.
But it's on the store. Everybody
It
can
is
you
on
can
the
look all
store, and
these
it
things up.
costs some amount of money.
Yes, yes, some number of dollars. It is X dollars
X dollars,
to
yes. So 10.
to pick up the crime deck. Um, so I got something I need to ask you, Dieter.
What's that?
Are we done? Did we do
Uh,
it? Do you
I
think
think. I
Emogoth
mean,
will
if
be
that counts
pleased?
as an interview, I think we're done. Yeah,
I asked a question. I think
that's
that
true.
counts.
You did ask a question. Yeah, that's an interview, right?
At least one. Maybe I asked two or three. I'm not sure altogether.
Cool. Well, yeah. Then I think we're done, John.
Pretty much everything I say is actually a question because I'm never really sure.
Yeah, I understand.
But I think that'll wrap us for tonight.
Yeah.
Uh, Thanks everybody for tuning in and watching. And
Uh,
if you made it all the way to the end, good
don't
on you.
forget, if you order, you can get stickers. You can get print mine stickers.
Print mine stickers. There's warehouse finds. There's all kinds of stuff to explore. There's even stuff we didn't cover yet because it got here too late.
Next episode.
Next time, we'll discuss those things that we did not discuss. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I think.
So go away, everybody.
Good night.